When the coronavirus hit, ordinary things like getting a haircut or spending time with friends became difficult or even impossible. Yet, along with these challenges, we've had the opportunity to slow down and re-examine the things that are most important in our lives. Here are a few ways that some of our outdoor heroes have been making the most of their time at home.
Hi Kit, I hope you and your family are doing well. As you can see, I haven't been out for a haircut for a while. Maybe I'll do that this week. My question for you is, what's one way that the pandemic has brought your family closer together over the past several months?
We were lucky enough to just pick up our Sprinter van just before the pandemic hit. So we've been going from Wyoming here over to City of Rocks and going climbing and teaching the kids to multi-pitch and rappel, and it's actually been a really special time.
I've got a question for Lynn Hill. Lynn, if you could be a rock star at any other outdoor sport activity, what would it be and why?
Surfing. I'm a California girl. I love being in the water and adapting to a natural phenomena. And I'd never get bored traveling to beautiful places and having the surf life. That would be awesome.
My question is for Heather Anderson, and it is, even after all of those miles on the trail, what is the one food you never got tired of?
I feel like that's the age-old question, like which came first, the chicken or the egg? Which one does Anish like more, hiking or eating? I never get tired of good-to-go meals in the evenings on trail. There's just something about having like wholesome, real food at the end of a long hiking day that's pretty much the best thing ever.
Hey Kai Leitner, what TV shows are you binging?
The show that I've been binge watching the most since quarantine started has to be the show called Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I think it's so awesome because even though it's a show tailored for kids, it teaches so many life lessons about spirituality and appreciating the world around you. And also, the characters in the show get to bend the elements of the earth to their will. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Hey Lindsay, what would you say is your 11th essential?
Hi friends of the Mountaineers. My 11th essential would probably be duct tape. For all the things, especially blisters.
My question's for Jeremy Jones. Tell us about an activity you've done over the past few months that might surprise us.
Well, I'm excited to announce that I've been working on a new manuscript for Mountaineers books about my approach and experience in the mountains. And experience is something you get just after you need it, and under that context, I am very experienced.
JR, we really enjoyed reading your book. And I've wondered, as you've gotten older, how has your adventuring changed? Are you still a master schlepper?
In all humility, I'm still a master. Here's the deal. When backpacking, it's not about carrying just the bare essentials. It's about carrying whatever you need to have a good time. So I'll put it like this. If ultralight doesn't treat you right, embrace the schlep. It's out of sight.
Hey Tom, how have you been keeping busy the last few months? Any chance you've been making some more of your delicious hot sludge?
Good morning, Roger Mellum. I can see that where your heart and your addiction lie. And yes, I'm still creating Hornbine's hot sludge straight from the slopes of Everest.
Hey, Sausage Julian. What do you do to keep your spirits up when you're coming back from an injury?
Well, considering I'm coming back from a big injury right now, what keeps my spirits up are definitely my animals. I have 2 cats and a puppy, so that they definitely bring a lot of joy to my life.
Question for Graham Zimmerman. Hey Graham, have you ever set out on a trip you thought would be simple or benign, and it just went completely sideways?
So we were down in Patagonia. My partner and I decided to go climb the Exocet chimney on a Guha Stanhart. And we're at the base, and I go to melt some water, and we had this like sweet titanium stove. And, you know, melting water is this kind of mundane thing. that's normally really easy, but I didn't realize that the melting temperature of titanium is quite low, and I accidentally melted down the bottom of the stove, dripped liquid titanium through the backpack that it was sitting on, and it went all the way through my partner's jacket and pants. It really wasn't a great way to start the day.
David, what's on your summer reading list this year?
What am I going to read this summer? I am going to read this book right here called Caribou Rainforest by David Moskowitz. And I'm going to read it up here in the treehouse.
Maria, Mercedes, congrats on Peak Nutrition hitting the shelf. I'm curious to know, what was your favorite and least favorite part about writing the book?
I would say the fact that it didn't exist. There was no sports nutrition cookbook for the mountain athlete, and now we have one.
Oh my God! I'm so proud of us.
My question's for Sharon Wood. What has the pandemic given you a new appreciation for?
I would have to say it is my garden. It's gotten a lot of attention this year, especially for a garden to grow like this in the Canadian Rockies.
Alex Honnold, I'd like to know how you organize your gear closet. What do you do to keep all that gear organized?
How do I keep my gear organized? That is a fine question. I think the easiest way is just to live out of a van, which keeps it all pretty small by definition. You just can't acquire that many things. Then it's easy to keep them organized because they'll have to fit in a tiny little place. You know, keep things simple.
I've got a question for Jimmy Chin. Hey Jimmy, you and Chai have had such a crazy busy travel schedule. The hard stop of the pandemic must have given you an amazing amount of unplanned family time together. What are some of the best experiences that you've had as a family during this period?
Hi there, Jimmy Chin here in Jackson, Wyoming. I'm here in my gear room in the back of the garage. But I've been asked what's one of the benefits I've experienced with my family during this unplanned time. And I would say that it's just been incredible to have this kind of time together with Chai, with my kids. This is certainly the most consecutive days I've had with my kids. It might be the most consecutive days I've had at home or in one place in maybe 20 years. And I'm totally embracing it. I've been able to, build a garden and a greenhouse and garden with the kids and take them out for hikes and go on all kinds of adventures. It's actually been very special, and I'm grateful for that, deeply grateful. Otherwise, things are great. I hope everybody's doing well, and we get through this wild time together.